Hey guys, today's video is going to be a homeschool room tour. Yay! Hey guys, welcome back to my space here on YouTube. I'm Stacey and my channel here is all about being a daughter of the king, a wife, a mom to 4 young boys living overseas, and homeschool. I'm really passionate about all things homeschool and love talking about it. Today's video is going to be a little tour of our homeschool room. Now, if you don't know, we're from the States, but we live overseas currently, and so my room has some unique characters to it. So I will show you. I love the space in here. It's one of my favorite rooms in our house, and I've put a lot of love and heart into this room. My husband put a lot of sweat into this room, literally. So he made a couple things in here. So I'll show you the things he made. If you watched my homeschool room tour from last year, it's not a whole lot different. We didn't change much up in here, but it's because it worked. It is functional, it works, and it is what we need. There is a couple things that are different, but you'll see them as I go around and show you the room. I know for me, I love seeing homeschool room tours because it gives me ideas and gives me motivation to maybe a couple things I want to change up. So yeah, I hope you guys watching this video. I know I love seeing videos like this, and thanks for following along. One of the reasons I love this room so much is, personally for me, I like looking for connection and joy in each relationship every day. So with each child, trying to look for connection and joy in my relationship with that child every day happens often in the schoolroom. It's a practical place where we are learning and working together side by side, and it's easy for me to be able to praise that child, make eye contact, for them to be able to feel loved and secure, and also be motivated. Hey, I wasn't able to do this problem last week, but mom says I can do it now, so I'm learning and growing, and it helps them to feel motivated and make learning fun, but also be able to feel loved and secured in that environment as they're doing it. So that's what really causes me to like this room. I love this room also because I get to teach my kids about the Bible and about Christ and about the gospel and how he is changing my life, which is so important. Anyway, enough about all that. Let's show you guys the homeschool room. All right, so this is walking into our homeschool space. This is where we spend a lot of time in here. This is our table. I will go around the 4 walls, starting over here on this one, and then go around the room. So this is the door that we just came in. I made these and printed them last year at 4 different ones, and I had they're laminated so you can write on with dry erase marker, and I wrote sight words on, and then they go around and they have to like whisper when they say this one. Another one is they have to do like a high five when they have to do a fist bump and say the sight word. This here is a poster of flags my husband picked up at a yard sale. This here is our map given to us by a friend, and this year we are doing 5 in a row just on Fridays. That's part of our Fun Friday. We use like the character study. Anyway, with that, for each story you read, there comes like a disc that you can cut out and color if you want, and then you're supposed to tape it on the map where it takes place. Some of them we didn't have enough space, so I just put it over here on the side, and you can see we have different ones up there. We're really enjoying doing that. We also love looking on here and seeing like, where does grandma live? Where do we live? Where does Sam, their one friend, live? Places like that. All right, and then moving over here, this is kind of our little morning basket area. We snuggle up and read here, and this is our morning basket. I'll show you that more in a minute. This here, we are doing all about spelling this year, and so we're using that for that. And up here is our AC, and I am so thankful to have AC. We live in a tropical country that's really humid, and the first year we homeschooled, we didn't have it. We just had fans, and it was forever blowing our papers everywhere. It was really loud too. So I'm really thankful for an AC. It helps to feel a lot more calm and peaceful in here without our papers rattling and all the extra noise of a fan. My husband made this board. He used to work in construction. He pretty much worked in construction his whole life back when we lived in the States, so he's really good at building stuff. So this here is he painted with like chalk paint, so we can write on with chalk, and it's also magnetic. So these letter tiles have magnets on the back and they stick on there, which is really nice. And I like the black and the brown. I think it adds a nice color in here. And so this is our little morning basket down here. I have some puzzles in there for the little guys to do, and this is some preschool activities I just store there. This is my morning basket. It's just the old box that had paper printer in it. So in there, sometime I will do So in the past I've done morning basket videos, and I'm sure I'll do more in the future and show you exactly what's in there. But roughly it's our read alouds and like maybe a book for history or science, some maps, stuff like that. All right, and then since we're looking down here at the bottom, I'll move over here. Over here I have some toys and stuff. This is kind of my preschoolers area. I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. And of course they love to all be right here wherever mom is. And they want to be in here when we're doing school, which is fine. They learn a lot, but I have stuff that they can easily access down here. So it's like wooden blocks, a puzzle stacker thing that my 1-year-old loves, and this is also another puzzle thing for him. These were both gifted by friends a while ago. So this here is a Melissa and Doug toy. It's matching, sorting colors, matching them. There's gears in the box down there you put on, and then there's other ones back here in the pocket. And then this here is books for my 1-year-old and 3-year-old. So just different books that we like to read through. And I'll switch those books in and out. But these books tend to be grabbed more than the other place I have them. I think it's just because they're on display here and they're right beside their other toys. And then this box here is Magnetiles. And these are the instructions laminated and on a ring. And yeah, they spend a lot of time building with these. My 1-year-old loves them. My 7-year-old twins, all ages, they just love them and spend a lot of time building with these. The next shelf up, this is all like preschool, toddler books, like kids books. Some of them are a little bit younger, more like board books, and some are a little bit older. We also have a preschool learning library in there, which is like a bunch of puzzles. Most of these books I bought like secondhand from yard sales and stuff of people who were moving out of this area, which when we started homeschool I did not have this many. I'm so thankful to have them all. All right, and then moving up to the next shelf, over here we have like Bibles, chapter books, and a dictionary, a couple more like kind of like short story books, Bible story book, a Bible story doodle book, some coloring books that are like Bible story related. I want to save for some Bible stories. First big book of How and Countries Fly Flags. This is how we do it. This is a really good book for TCKs, third culture kids. And then moving up to the top shelf, the string you see hanging here with clotheslines on, we have a tradition that on the first day of school, we blow up balloons and stick a paper inside that says like maybe get a snack or do 10 jumping jacks or go on a walk. They get to pop one balloon after each subject. So the books we have up here, the first little bit would be books, chapter books, more my husband and I's. Then we have some Bibles. And this year I'm teaching my boys about how the Bible has books in it and chapters and verses and how to look up a verse. If I say John, first John 3 or whatever, that they can look that up. It takes them a while, but they're learning. This is Operation World, which is a great book to learn about how to pray for Christians all over the world. Then this next section, these are some church things from our church in the States. I have a couple picture books in here. These are picture books, so that's what that is. But then this next section, I taught English over the summer to about 5 high-risk kids of being trafficked, and they were kind of at different levels learning English. If they can learn English, their chance of being trafficked goes down by like 60%. So the one little boy I did it individually, but he was just beginning, so I used things like this, and books like this, First 1,000 Words, which was really fun. This is my binder. Then I had some different first steps in phonics and stuff like that for teaching ABCs. One of the girls, she was pretty advanced. She knew quite a bit of English, and she wanted to learn more about the Bible. So for her, we used the Jesus Storybook Bible. We would read the story in English and write down any vocabulary she didn't know, and then also read the story in Khmer, which is the local language here, so that way she could understand the story, comprehend it. This was some flashcards I had in here, and some more flashcards for practice and review. And then way up on the top shelf, I have stuff for my 1-year-old and 3-year-old, and I have it up there so they can't reach it, and I rotate it with what's on the way bottom shelf. And so sometimes, like maybe just depending, when I can tell they're getting bored with it, I'll put some of this stuff down there and then put some of the stuff down there up here. All right, and then moving over from the bookshelf, this is a big window we have that looks down into our living room, and this is just the way that a lot of the houses here in Cambodia are built. I think it's built so that way if you have a store or something down here, you can look down and see if you have a customer. So a lot of people would have like a store or something in their own house. So we try to keep these windows locked most of the time. I don't like to have them open because I'm always afraid of a kid falling out, which is a very real possibility. And it's quite far down there, and it's tile. So I have another one of these signs over here where you can write sight words on, and they have to do like a dab to practice this one. And then up here at the top, we used to have a number line that this part fell down, and I'm tired of rehanging it. So I just took it down. So we just have part of our number line up here. We've used sticky tacky and different kinds of tape and stuff, but everything, it just keeps falling down eventually. Maybe once a month or so it just falls down, and I'm tired of putting it up again. So for right now, we just have half a number line until I can figure out something else. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Moving over here, this desk my husband built for us probably 5 years ago or so, and it is really, really sturdy. It's heavy. He's done a really good job. It's held up really well, and it stores a lot of our homeschool stuff. I really like having the white in here. It helps it feel nice and crisp and clean. So this first little section here, this is a map of the United States of America, and this is fun to talk about with our kids. My sister lives in Oregon, and most of the other ones, our family members, live on the East Coast, so that's fun to talk about. We also will talk about like what animals live where. Moving down here, this is like our current hymn that we're learning. This is my main goal for a homeschool year. If mom has peace in her heart, and hopefully then that peace can flow out of her into the kids and into the day, help it to be more peaceful. I just have a little cactus and then some of our artwork hanging up. Okay, moving here to this corner. Up here we have a Cambodian flag hanging. By the way, Cambodia is the only country that has a building on its flag. So down here I have my homeschool planner, which I made myself with a little bit from my husband help, and I really, really enjoy having that. Helps me keep my days organized and reach goals. This is my candle. This year where I want to be able to teach my boys more about how to pray, and I forget where I got this from, but I thought maybe I had it written on the back, but I don't believe I do. This was my schedule from when I was teaching English to the 5 kids. I had to have my week planned out so I could get everything done. Teaching English to the 5 neighbor kids. Anyway, so on this side is our prayer. Okay, so then this little area over here, I have some board books that I do with my preschooler and 1-year-old in the mornings. And this is just, I really like this book, so I just have it on display up here. This is a really cute story. And this is also some books that I want to be reading with my kids. Some of them go with our history, and some of them are just books I want to be able to read with them. Moving over here, we have my pencil box. This is my flashcards I used when I was teaching English. This is just a lot of flashcards with words, and I wasn't sure if I was going to maybe be teaching one of them throughout the year, so that's why I still have them here. And then over here we have a candle and some matches. All right, moving up here to the top, this is just a little 1-minute timer. This here is some glue. This is some gel crayons, and I got this case last year we were in the States. By the way, I love these cases. It's so easy to take over to the table with us when we want to use them. And then the sides just fold down like this, and it's so easy to keep it nice and neat and organized. Get out what you want, color with it, put it back, and then fold it back up, zip it shut. I can't do it with one hand, and put it back. Moving over here, we have dot-to-dot markers and also bingo markers. I think I have like 3 different kinds there given to us by different people. Over here, these are just some greenery and a lamp. My laminator, which I love and use a lot, and my printer, which can print double-sided in color. And I love this thing. It is so nice to have it, so handy. We have a pencil sharpener. And now I'll quickly go over what we have in our drawers. In the top drawer is our tack stuff. In the bottom drawer, we have construction paper, all different kinds of paper. So the first one is like blank paper, then we have lined paper, then construction paper. This one is stickers, and back here, in this one we have graph paper. Down the bottom, or in the back, is some empty folders, and in the bottom I have laminating sheets and some extra notebooks that we aren't currently using. Moving over here, this top box, my boys are learning Khmer, and I hired a tutor, and this is kind of his stuff. He has flashcards and stuff in there he uses for teaching them Khmer. And the bottom box, this is the math kit from the Good and Beautiful, like their old math, and I'm saving it because I use some of the stuff with their current math because I don't have the current math kit. And then on this side we have a trash can, and I just have a little rug here. This is kind of my drawer. So in here's kind of pens and pencils and stuff like that. So we'll just go around. These 2 boxes, this is like markers and highlighters, pens and pencils that are mom's. They have to ask permission before they can get these. These over here is free range. So it's just like pencils and highlighters, pens, and some pencil crayons that they can have access to. These are permanent markers that I don't have with our other kid-friendly markers because I don't want my toddler and 3-year-old getting those, but the older kids can use them. These are erasers, but we use them as counters and color sorting, different stuff like that. This is paper clips and paper clips. I guess they're called the same thing. This is just a big one stuck back in here. This here is a ruler. We have scissors and glue sticks. This is a little pencil sharpener and some paper cutter things, another pencil sharpener. These here are tabs and post-it notes that I use in my teacher planner. This here is a big glue stick and glue. And then in the back we have, this is like my to-do post-it notes. We have tape, a stapler, some wet wipes, some chalk, and this here is markers to write on the glass here. And we have some rulers down in there too, and a notebook. Okay, moving over here to this one. In here we have paper printer. I also have toilet paper and wet wipes to clean up messes in here. And this is my binder, Pro Click binder, which I really like. And the bindings, I only have the 85 sheet capacity. We got this in the States when I was there last time. My laminating paper and some Ziploc bags I use sometimes for different manipulatives that we have. And then in the bottom, this here is like laminating sticker sheet stuff we use for different projects. This here are sticky hooks to hang stuff on the walls if we need to. We're renting, so I don't like to make too many holes, plus the walls are like concrete here. This here is an extra pencil pouch that I got in the States last time. And then this here is some of my husband's like old laptop cases and stuff, just in case we need them again in the future. We have a Bluetooth speaker that we use sometimes for our homeschool, a box of coins. Here we don't use coins, but sometimes I like to show the boys different kinds of coins. And this here is a paper hole punch. And then moving over here to the last two big doors. Okay, in here we have little white boxes with a lot of our craft supplies. I'm not going to show you guys in each box, but this is like teacher stuff, games and crafts. This here is like letters for my letterboard, up here. Letters, some chalkboards, a sandbox thing, some more like ABC letter things. This here is just an empty bag. That's ABC stamps back there. Sometimes we like to use stamps for spelling. Moving down a row, we have our supplies like our painting stuff. Another box of teacher stuff. This here is from when I was teaching English over the summer. I kept some different books and printables and stuff I found in there. So that's for teaching English as a second language. Moving down on top, we have some big watercolor paper stuff. And then in here we have different flashcards and things like that we aren't currently using, but we use in the past and I do want to use in the future. And then we also have like index cards, blank index cards and stuff like that down there. And then the last two boxes is like stuff for the boys to do during quiet time. This is supposed to be a sticky chalk sticker label, and I wrote crafts on there, so they can take crafts out of there to do during quiet time. Usually in the afternoon we have an hour of quiet time. And in this one is different projects, like this here is a little sewing kit. These are puzzles. They're just different things in here they can pick from to do. And then in the bottom I have different posters and stuff that I currently want on my wall, and some more watercolor sheets, like big ones for markers and paint and stuff. So that is what's in there. All right, and then moving on over to this wall. This wall we had painted gray, I believe about 2 years ago now, and I like it. Add some different color in here. This bookshelf, along with the one behind me, we got used on Facebook. And these chairs are just the chairs that we use along with this table. So they're just like short, which is fine. My kids are still little. Eventually we'll have to get a bigger one, but for now this works great. So on this shelf, we'll start at the top and go down. First of all, over here on this side, I have a maze game. This is my flashcards for all about spelling. We have a clock, and back there is our memory box. This is our box we keep about memory in that we can review throughout the week. And then back behind that, I have an extra pencil box that actually has like little prizes in. If they have an exceptionally well attitude one day, I let them pick a prize out of the treasure box. All right, moving down one shelf, this is a lot of different curriculum. Over here, I have some different binders. We keep their memory, like papers they did really good on, or craft paper, art, stuff like that. I'll stick in there. So I did one for first grade, and now I'm collecting one for second grade. So for now, I just stick everything in there, but at the end of the school year, if we have too much, I'll pick out the best ones and keep those, and that will be their second grade binder, memory binder they get to keep. Next of all, we have a bunch of like history. We're doing Beautiful Feet History, which has a bunch of books that go with it. And then different curriculum. Some of it's for now, some of it's for the future. And then my preschool stuff is more over here on this side. Okay, moving down one shelf, this is my teacher binder. It has some different like things for Christmas or beginning of a new school year, end of a school year, different things like that I like to use. And then next of all, we have some readers that are on the level my kids are on. Some of them are from the Good and Beautiful, some are just other random ones. This is a game for my 3-year-old and 1-year-old. It's a color sorting, learning numbers 1 through 5. It's really fun. There's little hamburgers or cookies, and then you have to put them in and push his head however many times the number was on the hamburger. And then over here is the bins. This is their current like daily curriculum. So we have their me journals, more than words. This is just a school zone workbook. We have their math, They're all about spelling, and their language arts is in here. I have a bag with some different memory things from their language arts. Games and stuff like that are in there. Moving down a row, this is a lot of binders of printables and stuff I got online. This here, like all about reading, I had used with them in kindergarten, but I also then used it with some of the kids I was teaching English to over the summer. And then we have some books like What's New, What's Missing, and a step-by-step drawing from Timberdoodle, or this was from Timberdoodle, this here is from Usborne. And then these here are mini dry erase boards, which we'll use sometimes to write on for something fun and different. Right, and then moving over here to this section, this is a water wow, which is one of those things you can paint and then it dries and you can redo it. And you just use water, that's all. It's great for little kids. And then we have some of the readers that they did last year, and sometimes they like to read those. It's good for them too because it gives them a lot of self-confidence. And then back here we have different dry erase books and a maze book back there. This here is wide line paper for them to use. All right, and then moving down to the bottom shelf, I have coloring books and a big pad of paper. And then next of all, we have crayons. Some of them are like people's skin color crayons and some are just regular. Up here we have twistable crayons. Down here's markers. This is pencil crayons, which we currently don't have much of. We need to get some more again. This is kinetic sand. We have 2 different colors. And down here, I used to have stencils in, but I think we got rid of those. So I think that box is empty and we have room to grow. And in the back is a bag of balloons, like the long skinny ones you can blow up and make like animals out of and stuff like that. Over here on the side, I just have folded up a piece of carpet, but it's like a big Candyland game. And we sometimes will pull that out and play that. Plus you see my cord, that is extension cord hook up my lights. All right, and then that brings us over here to our very last wall. This is the wall when I'm sitting here and teaching. This is the wall I look at a lot. So over here on this side, we have plants and we had some wires coming out of the wall. I think we're renting our house. I think before somebody maybe had a light there or something, I don't know. But since we live in a tropical country, I thought this was really fitting. And I had gotten this off Amazon when we were in the States last time. And then moving over here, this is like our dry erase board, but it's really just a piece of glass. And my husband got this mounted on here. I have my lights up there, and then we have some beautiful wires again sticking out. Maybe it's for AC. Put an AC up there, I'm not sure. Anyway, I have a pointer stick up here. This here is like to point at stuff. Sometimes we will like go over our flashcards and the boys think it's fun to use that pointer stick to point at them. This was from a unit lap book that we did on Japan, and I just have them hung up there for fun. These here are like suction cups. They suction to the glass really well. So we have eraser and then our dry erase markers. And these are a bunch of stickers that I had gotten in the States last time, and since this is glass, you can move them around. So I put the ones we're not using over here and the ones we are using over here, and I can move around if I need to. But I didn't have quite all the subjects, so some of them have to write in with dry erase marker. And then we use this, we check mark off as we go through our day and get the stuff done. It's an easy visual way to keep track of, and everybody clearly knows when we're done with school for the day. Hopefully helps keep the kids motivated. Over here we have some different vowel sounds that I'm working on reviewing and memorizing with my twins. And then this has to do with the preschool that I did with my 3-year-old from Rachel at, where did you learn that? We did a transportation unit and my son loved it. We'll definitely be doing more units from her. All right, and then moving over here, here's one of these pretty hanger things. I forget what you call them, macrame? But I got it off Amazon like a year ago when we were in the States. If you'd like a link, I will try to link it below the description box if you'd like to get one. But it comes with little clothespins, and I'm hoping to clothespin vocab words on there as they learn them, but I haven't got any hung up yet. I just hook it on the wall with a little sticky hook, and since we're renting, I don't want to make too many holes. And then over here is our light switch and AC remote. So that is that wall. At the top, I do have ABCs, and they've been up there at least 2 years, maybe 3 years. And they're really getting curled up from the humidity and not want to stick anymore. So it's time I redo that. But we do use it a lot. My twins are like, sometimes they forget like, what's the capital H look like? Or, you know, different letters like that. So we don't use as much as what we did, but does still come in handy. So I'm not quite ready to take it down, but hopefully soon they'll be at the spot where we can take it down. And then we're back over here at the door again. One thing I did want to point out is we do have lots of tile in here, and so we use that for writing on dry erase markers. We'll write words on there to review or play games to review instead of flashcards or jump around on, stuff like that. I have a love-hate relationship with tile. It's good for a hot, humid country where there's a lot of dust and stuff, but it also doesn't feel very homey and comfy. All right, guys, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing our homeschool space here. Like I said, this is one of my favorite rooms in our house. I love this room. I love the space in here, but I like even more what happens in this room, what this room represents. Me being able to share with my kids about the Bible and Christ and my relationship with Christ and how he is helping me to grow to be a better person, and being able to tell my kids about that, and then be able to personally see the journey that I'm on and walk with me, be able to see a difference that Christ makes in my life, hopefully. So what better purpose and fulfillment is there than be able to share the gospel with people, my kids or other people? Both are really, really important. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this homeschool room tour, seeing the space in here, and leave a comment down below, give a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. Bye.